Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy, I am Louise, and today I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful grungy but neutral cut crease. I did not sit down to create this look. I started off doing something completely different, something supernatural. I wasn't even going to film. I put music on, I was listening to the new Pretty Reckless album and this happened, so I thought I would put the camera on and show you how I created this because it is pretty. I am using the Berry M Wildlife palette. This is beautiful. I've had this for a while and I've never used it until today, and then I saw it and I was just like, yeah, please, I will have some of that. So this is super easy. The only other products I'm going to be using are lashes, mascara and the Plouise in Rewhite, and I have 2 brushes. That's it. That is it. I'm dying at the fact that I'm using 2 brushes. I've got one for my cut crease, whatever you like to use is fine. This one came with the Rewhite, and then I've got this. This is a BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. It came in a set. I know, I'm sorry, it came in a set, but it's just a fluffy pencil brush. It's a medium-sized brush. If you want something similar, my mirror's falling. I do have, what is this? A Jaclyn Hill JH37, which is pretty similar. You can see there. This, what I'm using, is just a little bit more tapered on the end, but there are different versions of this from like every company. They have a brush like this. Let's jump right into it. I'm losing my mirror. So I'm gonna start off. Okay, so we're starting off with this really dark shade, this dark brown, and I've already primed my eye with the Plouise Base 2, and I'm going to, whoa, that's magnified. I'm going to apply this on the very outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna wing it out too. Okay, so I've got like a slight wing starting. It will build as we go. I'm going to take this same shade through my crease. I'm just going to pat it on first to work with the tackiness of the base, and once it's down and it's stuck to the base, then I'll be able to go in with blending motions and blend this out. I don't like to go straight in with blending motions on a sticky base. I like to use the sticky base to its fullest potential, have the shadow really stick down before I go in and blend. Okay, so I've got for this, I can look straight forward and you can see that shade all the way through my crease. I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to dust it off on my pyjama bottoms. Usually I have a towel or something, a colour switch, even a hair donut. But yeah, my hair donut I washed. I can't find my colour switch. I'm not taking my professional kit one out, and I forgot to get a towel. So pyjama bottoms it is. It's just the way it is. So we're gonna start off. This is actually in 2 halves. So from about 1/3 of the way it's natural light browns, and the rest is purples. It's this and this and a little bit of this. But for the first third we're gonna go, so we've just used this, and now I'm gonna use, what did I use? This. So I'm going to use this. This is a shimmer, but when you blend it, it does become more matte, especially considering I'm going to wedge it between 2 mattes. So I'm just going to take a really small amount. I'm going to go 50% on, 50% off, and I'm going to blend this, just this very edge. Nice circular motions. Okay, so from here I'm then going to go into this matte just here. I'm going to blend that out, and because I'm using that shimmer between the two mattes, it will bring the shimmerness down. I'm basically placing it right on top of the shimmer shade on my inner corner, and then I'll start to bring it out, so I don't want to really blur it out into my nose. And then I'm going to take this off-white shade just in the top row. I'm going to blend that out as well. Just like that. Now this does not have to be perfect, this is our roadmap. It will get better and it'll work. But for now, this is what we're working with. I'm now going to take this purple shade and I'm going to work on the outer corner. So we're going to go 50% on, 50% off, and we're just going to blend the edges of this dark brown. Look how I'm holding my brush. The end of my brush is in the pocket of my hand. So if you do like the A-OK sign, your brush should sit like this. And that is how you hold a brush when you're blending. This way you've got a lot more motion in your hand. Like you're holding a wand, like flick and swish. But if this is my Harry Potter moment, but if you hold it down like a pen, you've got a lot more pressure. You don't have enough motion in your wrist to really get those nice blended motions. If you hold it in the middle, it's better, but it's not quite there. You want to get it far down the end of your brush. That way you're gonna still get your colour and your pigment, but it's gonna be blended out, and it's gonna be a lot easier to blend if you're holding your brush correctly. So I'm just gonna blend out these edges. Would you like to see like a all about brushes video, like how to hold your brush, what brushes are for what, how to use foundation brushes, which eyeshadow brushes work well, how to use certain brushes, that kind of thing, like what are the best kinds of brushes, how to blend, that kind of thing. So I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go in with this shade here, and I'm going to blend the edges of this again. So I'm just going 50% on, 50% off, and I'm just wiggling back and forth most of the time, and then I'll throw in a couple of circular motions too. On this outer edge I'm just going straight back and forth to build up my shadows. I don't want to just go in with loads of products. I'm literally like tapping in once or twice, and then I'll tap off the excess and then go in. People always try and kind of pin makeup on or like draw makeup on. You can't just like draw it on, you've got to blend it on almost. Okay, and then from here I'm going to take this matte brown that I used on the inner corner. Again, 50% on, 50% off. And each colour I'm adding, I'm putting less and less pressure so that it's more and more blended. Because I'm using this brush, it's got a good density towards the ferrule, but it is fluffy towards the end. So I can get a lot done with this brush, and you can too. You just need to know about pressures. So the darker colours down here, I'm putting a lot of pressure on. But as I get lighter and lighter and lighter, I'm putting a lot less pressure, and I'm holding my brush a lot lighter. So when I'm putting my dark colours on, I'm really gripping my brush, but the lighter, you'll see my hand gets a lot more light. I'm not holding it as much, it's just like resting between my fingers, and I'm just kind of working with the brush that I have. I'm going to pick up that off-white shade. I'm just going to dust out the very edges of this, just on the outer corner. And then I'll take a little bit more of that white and I'll just pop it on this, almost the bridge of my nose. Just like that. Now I'm going to go back to the very beginning and I'm going to work through all my colours. Again, this is going to re-intensify and deepen and just really make that blend impeccable. Okay, so I kind of look like I've been punched in the face. I'm going to take a cotton bud and some micellar water. Might need a fresh cotton, to be fair. And I'm just going to wipe the, like, roll it on the back of my hand. That way any excess is going to come on the back of my hand, and then when I put it on my face, it's not going to kind of like squelch out and ruin and remove the eye makeup that I don't want it to remove. It's just going to remove where I put the actual cotton bud. Okay. So I'm going to take my fluffy brush and a little bit of my Plouise base just to reapply that base just down here. Okay. And then I can just go back in with that same brush and my off-white just to blend the edges, just to make sure that it is nice and seamless. I'm going to go in with my Plouise Re-White and the brush that came with it. These are best to work in nice thin layers. Don't overdo it, don't try to go too thick. It's best to go thin. So I'm going to apply it just to like the front of my lid, and then I'll look up. And I do like to take my cut crease onto my inner corner, so I'm just going to use whatever's left and I'll rework the outline and then I'll fill it in. I do go slightly above that template that I created for myself. And just go a little bit at a time. Constantly comparing to the side that you've already done. Okay, so cut crease is on. It's kind of muddy, but it's fine because I'm just going to put a shimmer on top, which is darker than this anyway. I'm going to go in with this bronzy gold shimmer with that same brush again. Like, I love using like a million brushes for a look, but you don't actually have to. I do it because I've got them and I can, but you genuinely don't. So I'm just going to take the brush, use the side of the brush to apply my shadow, and then I'm just going to tap on over, and look at that, like, perfect. So this brush is slightly tapered towards the end, so I can get into those edges nice and easily. I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. Okay, then with that same brush I'm going to go into the shimmery white. That can go right on the inner corner. And again, just tapping that. And then I'm going to take the darker bronzy shimmer. I can't use that mirror. I can never use the mirrors in palettes. And I'm going to tap that on over the edge. Just like this. Just tapping. I'm then going to go into that first ever shade that we used, just to help that blend just a little bit. That really nice dark matte brown back to the bronze and tap on over. This is just gonna blend it all together. And then I'm gonna go back into the lightest bronzy goldy shimmer that I've got all over the lid and just tap on over. And again, this is gonna blend just like that. Okay, I'm gonna pop some mascara on and I can then work on blending this out. Okay, mascara on, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the glue on my lashes, and then whilst that's drying I can work on blending this out a little bit more. I'm going to use the Dull Beauty DB49 lashes. I think I used these in my last video too. I love them. They're literally my favourite lashes at the minute. Okay, so my glue is on my lashes. I'm just going to pop that down. Okay, so I'm going to take my brush in with that purple shade and I'm just going to work on this blend just here. Just because it's really not, it's very sharp and harsh. And I don't want that. So I'm using the very tip of my brush. I'm just going in really lightly just to start to blend that up. And of course I can make this nice and smoky and I can take it down to like my cheekbone and then clean it up again. It's fine. I've made this clean up a little bit too harsh. So I'm just applying it to the edge where I've cut it, and I'm going to take it into my lash line, and then I'm just tapping into that dark brown, and that will really help get that blend there. Let's get my lashes on. I'm going to take my fluffy brush again with that Plouise base, and I can actually, without going too harsh, just go back and forth, and this will keep it smoky without being too sharp, and clean this up. So I'm just going to go back and forth. Look at that. Perfect. I'm going to put some foundation on super quick.
A few moments later.
Okay. Let's go for my lower under eye. What am I saying? My lower lash line. I'm going to take in Morphe Jeffree Star Jace 13. We're going with a purple shade. And let's dust this underneath. And then I'm going to go in with the one below it. So I've just used this, and now I'm going to go in with this one. Same brush. Just go underneath. And bring that to the inner corner. And I'm going to bring my shadows like around and up into the outer. And then I'm going to go in with that off-white just to really make sure that that is blended. Okay, I'm gonna pop some lower lash mascara if I can open it. I'm not gonna do anything to my lower lash line because I quite like it like this. Like, yeah, I've got a hair. Here's the hair. Let's do lips. I'm gonna do a black lip for today. Guess me why. I just want a black lip, alright? This one is Wet n Wild by Blackout by Wet n Wild. Ooh, yes. Okay, I love this. My hair is wild, but what is new? I'm gonna fix that. I'll be back. Okay, so this is as good as my hair is gonna get. Let's be like completely honest. My hair, unless I like completely like wet it down and then restyle it, my hair is not gonna get any better. This is the joys of having textured hair. If you know, you know. By the way, this stuff is a godsend. If you've got curly textured hair, this, I think I would cry if I ever ran out of that stuff. But yeah, this is the finished look. Let me know what you think down below. Is this something that you would wear? Is this something you know, you would never even think about wearing. Is this the look that you saw looking at this palette? Because it's not for me. Yes, my eyes are slightly different, but it's close enough. I don't know, this is like my third look of the day, and this is the furthest I've got with the other two. The other two, I did like one eye, I wiped it off. I did the other eye, I wiped it off. Yeah, it's been a day. I've been filming for like 6 hours, and this is the first look of the entire day that I've actually liked. Like liked enough to put a base on, and not just like wipe off. So yeah, please like give me some sort of feedback down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and leave a comment down below, please. If you would like to become one of my coffee beans, there is a link in the description box down below. It is $1.35 or £10, and it really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.